I'm Judy Shaw for What's the Fund? Joining me today is Rene Casis. He is the ETF Portfolio Manager at American Century. Rene, it's always great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Judy. Great to see you.
A quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. Rene, what's the fund you want to talk about today?
Well, the fund I'm here to talk about today is the American Century Sustainable Equity ETF, ticker ESGA.
Great. Tell me about this fund.
Absolutely. Well, before I dive into the strategy, I'd like to note that ESGA is one of two ETFs that were recently launched by American Century utilizing the NYSE proxy basket structure. So I'd like to thank the NYSE for our partnership.
Wonderful.
So the objective of the strategy is to seek competitive long-term investment returns while incorporating environmental, social, and governance, also referred to ESG factors, into the investment process. And what we do is we integrate ESG analysis as a complement to our fundamental active investment approach. And in doing so, we feel that this gives us a more comprehensive view on the value, return, and risk potential of any given security. And rather than simply applying a exclusionary screen in this approach, we believe that the integration of ESG analysis results in better diversification and a more robust investment outcome. And what we're doing through active security stock selection is that we're finding that integration of improving business fundamentals with attractive ESG characteristics. And in order to manage risk around that, we're also looking to mitigate any risk associated with unintended common factor or industry exposures. And we're also targeting to have a high ESG exposure, a top decile ESG exposure relative to our large cap peers. And so overall, we feel that this approach leads to a better investment outcome by selecting companies that demonstrate a very strong corporate governance structure, have a low impact to the planet, and provide employees with a safer and more productive working environment.
Rene, where can we learn more about this fund?
Well, you can learn more about this and other ETFs that are offered by American Century at americancenturyetfs.com.
Great. Thanks for joining me on What's the Fund?
Thank you. Have a nice day.